people for scale. This is about 300 feet long. Milestone day for us on the property today. We are going to burn our 300-foot long, an acre-and-a-half long burn pile. We're going to be burning that tonight, about an hour before last light. So real close to sunset, we'll start the fire. And we're waiting until that time so that the dew will start to set in on everything else, just to stop the fire spreading. The fire is in the burn pile is in the middle of a field, 2 acres, that is completely cleaned off, so it's all dirt around it, so it won't spread from the source. If the fire spreads, it'll be from an ember that falls. So we want to be able to see any embers and whatnot at nighttime, so we're burning tonight. I've got a few other things to do on the property before we get to that point. It's still early in the morning. Got to round up some water tanks, some water jugs, get some water out there on the property just in case. But the primary line of defense, believe it or not, is going to be a leaf blower, backpack leaf blower. I've seen a lot of controlled burns and brush and whatnot put out very quickly with backpack leaf blowers. Basically, you stand on the side of the fuel where all the combustible material is, and you blow the flame back towards the ashy area where everything has already been burned. It's just like blowing out a candle. So that's the plan anyway. I have to call the sheriff's department here sometime today to let them know we're doing a controlled burn tonight. That way, if anyone else, any of the residents, local people call the sheriff's department, say, hey, there's a big fire over there, well, they can let them know that it's a controlled burn and they have it under control. Hopefully they have it under control. But I've got some friends coming out to help with that. I'm also sunburnt on my neck, so I get to rock a cowboy hat all day today. That's gonna be fun. I don't know why that's gonna be fun, just different. And I gotta put up a cheapo trail camera. We have some security cameras, trail cameras on the property, some real nice ones that for obvious reasons don't really want to talk and show where they are and whatnot. But I don't want to spend a lot of money on a really nice trail camera for what essentially just needs to be a time-lapse station. So I bought some cheap ones off Amazon. We'll see if they work, but the first thing I want to do today is get up in a tree and point one of the time-lapse cameras at, you know what, I may put both of them over here. I want to point them at this site and basically get a time-lapse of this 2 acres as it evolves from the burn pile to the shop to whatever else. I'd like to keep 2 trail cameras on this location at all times going forward. I think that'll be some pretty interesting footage. Well, it is a cheap camera system. The the hardware broke, so I guess I will go get a lashing strap from the truck. Larger metal hardware. This one should not break. This is the northeast corner trail entrance for the 2 acre clearing. There's the camera with a nice high view. If I turn around, it should get a time lapse of this for the next, I don't know, maybe a year. Hopefully that camera can hold out that long. But I'd really like to get a time lapse started of everything that we do right here. It's going to be the shop, the sawmill probably over there, all kinds of fun stuff. And I'll have an angle right here looking at all of it. But when the shop is built, it's going to block the view from whatever's over there. So I'm going to put the second camera in that corner looking at the center as well. I've got a sunburn on my neck, and any excuse is better than no excuse to break out the straw cowboy hat. And man, my face is puffy. I've been eating so much junk food, absolute crap convenience food. One of the downsides of camping full time. Let me spin you around, show you where I'm at. I bought a couple of these cheap game cameras. No frills, nothing fancy. No Wi-Fi connectivity, no cell data connectivity, just straight up motion camera. But I'm going to use them as a time lapse on the 2 acres. So we're going to burn this pile tonight. That's going to be a big milestone day. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but I left all these trees up over here. We are burning some of the big trees over there just because we've got to move on. But these trees will not fall where the pad is going to be, where the shop is going to be. So I said, hey, leave these up here. I'll cut these down at my convenience once I get a sawmill. That way I'm not completely wasting 2 acres of trees. But whew, I've been moving stuff around. I'm kind of out of breath. Anyway, I've got one. I'm up on a ladder. I don't really want to go 2 hands off the ladder. Yeah, I've got another trail camera in that corner way over there, pointing towards the center. So that's the northeast corner pointing towards the center. I'm at the northwest corner pointing towards the center, and I have each time lapse set to be 1 picture every 30 minutes. And it's going to be great, I think anyway, to hopefully, if these cameras can withstand years of use, probably not, but it would be great to keep trail cameras at these 2 locations to see the evolution of this 2 acres over the next couple years. That's the plan anyway. That's the plan. I'm on my way to go do something else, and I see these, and these have been bugging me for a while. I got to get these knocked off, cut down. Just happen to have my chainsaw, so no time like the present. Just check the box. I did that real quick without hearing protection, without eye protection. 1 out of 10, would not recommend. So I made all those cuts on the top side of the bar, pushing the crap away from me. It's interesting to look at this one though. This looks like it's been sharpened by a chisel, right? A giant carpenter's pencil sharpened by a pocket knife. But no, this was actually shaped with the piranha bar on the front bucket of my tractor. That can get dangerous if you fall on it or stab it into a tire or something crazy like that. There's been a lot of really strange timing happen lately, timing of events. My wife just called and said, hey, you know that bamboo we found on the north side trail right next to the bean field? I said, yeah, I know. I'm actually on that trail right now. Well, could you cut some of that bamboo for the church play? Sure, I'm already right here. Why not? Crazy, crazy timing. Add bamboo to the list of natural resources we have on the property. These little red things are like metal twist ties. There's metal inside of them. They're coated with rubber or some silicone or something. Anyway, you can get them pretty cheap at Harbor Freight. I think it's like a 2-pack for like $4, something like that. These have been unbelievably handy for stuff like this. Quick, reusable tie. So incredibly handy. Still haven't gotten to what I what I wanted to do while actually setting out for the rest of the day. I think it's time to take a break. Go get my second shower for today and eat some food. This heat will zap you. It's not necessarily the heat, it's the humidity with the heat. I've been back from lunch for, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, just sitting here. Full belly, fresh shirt, and I'm having a hard time leaving this air conditioning. I've got a few more things that I've got to get done before we start burning, but this is one of the reasons why I don't really want to cool the shop, because I'm going to be outside so much around this property that I don't want to be getting hot outside, then go into the air conditioning, get it hot outside, go in the air conditioning, hot outside, back and forth, back and forth. That'll take its toll on you, big time. 2 shops ago, my 2-car garage shop, the first year or 2 I was in there, I worked out of that shop without air conditioning. I drove a vehicle for 5 years here in Mississippi without air conditioning. It was a 1990 Ford Festiva. I loved that little car. That car, it was a 1.3 liter 5-speed. You could drive it anywhere on very little fuel and park it anywhere. It was like driving a street legal go-kart. It's a 5-speed, so like 0 to 45, 0 to 55 was pretty darn quick if you wanted to just be quick. And then you know, you could draft behind semi trucks on the highway. Anyway, no air conditioning in that car. It wasn't until I got a 2002 S10, I believe it was a 2002 S10, that I got air conditioning for the first time. And I got that truck in 2010 or around 2010. So going back to where the shop is not cooled in the summertime, I think I'm okay with that. As a matter of fact, I know that I'm okay with that. I want that to be the case. My wife wants it cooled, but I'm not sure if we're gonna go that route. Anyway, I gotta get out of this air conditioning. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. Got 2 water jugs for the fire, a leaf blower for the fire to actually put out embers that leave us, and then a couple loads of logs leaving last minute. We loaded up a few truckloads of logs right before we left, or right before we burn, I should say. They're about to leave, but just get a little bit out of there at the last minute. And whew, he's got a load. Not traveling far, long distance, back roads, no big deal. spare tire, all the good stuff. Braver than I, he does it all the time. But we are going to burn in a little bit. It is, I think it's 5 o'clock right now, or almost 6 rather. A friend of mine, Jeremy, you guys may remember him. Getting tongue-tied here, I'm tired. He's coming at 6, 7 o'clock. We're making some spaghetti for everybody, and 8 o'clock we are lighting this thing. Still a lot of greenery. All this super green stuff was just brought in today. That came from the church. They had some limbs down, so we're burning. Just throw it on our pile, that's fine. But got a lot of the logs out. Didn't get all of them, but we got a lot of it out. Pine needles aren't entirely brown. There's a lot of green left in them, but this whole pile's been sitting for 2 weeks. Still a lot of lumber that just sucks to burn, but it is what it is. We got to move on. We've got to move on. Got to get the pad ready. Got to get the concrete down. Got to get the shop built. Got a lot of stuff to do before winter hits. We want to be in the shop before winter. Man, look at all that. I can't look at that anymore. It's just going to make me depressed. It is what it is. It is what it is. Got to move on. Got 98 more acres of trees, so I think burning a little bit, as crappy as it is, isn't the end of the world.
Mama! Tyler! I'm gonna help ya! Help ya!
He should have got a video of her walking away with the torch and been like, and now we're lighting the 35th annual Redneck Olympics.
That microphone's going, I appreciate it. Back on my head.
Here in a few minutes, though, that's 15, 20 minutes for a lot of us. A lot of them pine barrels and stuff are burning down, the heat will go down.
Trail camera I put up today. That'll be some interesting photos. This is the back side. what I think is going to happen is all this smaller stuff is going to burn, obviously, much faster than these larger trees. Holy smokes, that's hot. So we're going to reach a point where we'll have to keep shifting around the larger stuff very, very carefully somehow to make sure it keeps burning. But we haven't, the fire hasn't gotten down here yet. We're only halfway through the pile. This is hot. Holy smokes. I just want to make a quick walk around over here to make sure we do have plenty of space. I've already did all this earlier. I'm just double and triple checking, you know. Make sure this fire can't maintain a path out here. All this is a lot of green vines and whatnot, which if it's hot enough, it'll go for sure. But that's holding a little bit of moisture down, so that's good. Oh man, this is gonna get hot over here. I'm glad we didn't start both ends at the same time. Just let it work its way over. I was sweating buckets earlier today. I'm on my third shirt and got the fourth one in the truck. And I don't think I'm done sweating, even though the temperature's dropped 20 degrees. Well, the ambient temperature has. Once you get, I mean, you can kind of see how far that is. That's quite a ways away. Probably 50, 60 feet. And we had to move stuff back, it got so hot. This is pretty intense. Pretty intense. I see some spreading on the ground right up there, but I've already looked at that and it's reaching dirt, so that's okay. Whew, that's hot. Man, I wish I had my drone. I really do wish I had my drone, but the gimbal busted on it and the camera stuck sideways. It flies just fine, except the camera is goofy sideways 90 degrees off of where it should be. All right, so we're losing fuel over here. We're gonna have some problems with some bigger stuff. We're starting to get a lot of smoke. Less fire, more smoke. All right, so this right over here, this fresh cut, fresh burn over here, that's the super hot stuff. Holy smokes. All right. All right. Everyone else is just like chill and calm looking at the fire, and I gotta put this camera down.
That burned down quick.
Yeah, over there. We're even closer to the edge over there. We're getting a bunch of embers up in the sky. So far, furthest one we found is like right about here-ish. We haven't seen any go further.
Amazing OMG.
This is all exposed dirt. Very little organic very little organic matter on the ground. Yeah, we've got a decent path over here. Yeah, this side doesn't have as much tops on it, so it's not going to be as bad. You guys may remember Jeremy. He's a ironic enough, we moved an hour and a half north, real close to where he lives. So that's pretty cool. I'm really curious to see what those cameras are catching. That's pretty neat, seeing the light reflect off these trees. Or I guess you could say these trees illuminated. That's a big fire. That's a big fire. Actually, I think I'm going to climb up this ladder and see. Camera lenses are wild. To the naked eye, that's black. I'm looking at my phone screen and I can actually see sticks. But that's black. Oh, technology. Again, people for scale. This is about 300 feet long. All right, we are exactly, I just checked my phone from when I called in the controlled burn. We're exactly 1 hour in, and the fire has not reached the other end of it yet. We got a little station over here that you can't see, but all our water and food. Got some friends over to help me watch this, and cooked a bunch of spaghetti. Spaghetti's cheap and easy. So that looks pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie, I think I've already said that walking around with this camera. But all that light reflecting off of these trees, that's pretty neat. Yeah, we're getting into a patch of pine needles right there. Whew. Yowzers. Yeah, this is what I was not looking forward to. The majority of the fuel source is already burnt out. We've got all these trunks, tree trunks that we'll have to deal with. I'll keep shifting this around and moving it around with the tractor over the next, I don't know, week or so. Eventually we'll probably just reach a point where we just have to bulldoze it off into the woods, I think. Yeah. Too much log, not enough leaf. Well, no, on the inside right there, it's going pretty good. So the inside of these logs are going. It's just, I'm looking at the outside. Kind of have like an internal fire going. Oh yeah, I think I'll be able to open it up and see in this end right here. Oh yeah. Yeah, fire's on the inside. Way off in the distance. It's all through the inside. Okay, good. So it's still burning hot. Just got to push it in over the next couple days. Ooh, that's hot.
I don't care if I get poison ivy. I'm just so bad.
Hey, Dad's got a camera up there. Don't mess it up.
Hello, my name is Paul McCarthy. Welcome to the world. So that button's on.
It's recording.
My name is Tony Cat. I'm so happy to ready, and you can see everything. It's so much fun. It's staring at me.
I think it's facing the fire.
My name is Tony Cat. Can you say my? My name is Tony. My name is Tony Cat. What gave me all this energy? Was it pizza?
No more sunlight at all. It's black outside. And this is the end of the pile. We lit it way down there. And it's been going for about an hour and a half. Got the cavalry over here helping me. My biggest concern now is not this. This is not going to spread. Biggest concern is these embers coming up and they're floating into this pine stand, which has a bunch of pine needles on the ground. There's too much moisture on the ground right now for it to be too crazy to get out of hand. We think so anyway. Everything that we've seen drop right here, we've left it sitting right here in all this pine straw. We've even tried to ignite it. Like once an ember hits this pine straw, we're blowing on it, trying to ignite this to see what would happen. And it's not igniting at all. So that makes me feel a little bit better about any embers that go in over there. And also there's only like 20 or so feet of this pine stand. Oh, there's one right here. I'm just gonna let you sit there and yeah, it's not gonna catch anything. I don't think so anyway, but we only have a little bit of pine standing here, and then it's dense hardwoods, which doesn't really have any good vegetation on the ground to burn. But I'm about tired of sweating. Been at this all day. Fire for an hour and a half, but a lot of hot work out in the sun today. I'm gonna sleep good tonight.